All right, so today we're going to do something a little different. We're jumping back in time, way back, to 16th century Japan. Why? Because we're looking for a guide to help us navigate our modern digital lives. Believe it or not, an ancient samurai code of conduct might just hold the key to surviving the modern battlefield of social media.
So picture this, an era full of legendary warriors. But one clan, the Takeda clan, was known for being especially dominant. Their cavalry was feared all across Japan. But what was their secret? It wasn't just about their skill in battle. Their real strength, it turns out, was something much deeper, a code that held them all together.
Now, for a bit of context, this all happened during the Sengoku period, which literally means the Warring States period. I want you to imagine over 100 years of pretty much nonstop civil war. You had these powerful warlords called daimyo, all fighting each other for control, each one trying to unify the country under their own flag. The stakes were incredibly high, and it was an age of constant conflict and betrayal. And right in the middle of all that chaos, the Takeda clan wasn't just surviving, they were thriving. And their secret weapon, well, it wasn't some new kind of spear or a revolutionary battle plan. It was a set of rules, a family code written by a man who wasn't even the famous leader of the clan. See, when most people think of the Takeda, they think of this guy, Takeda Shingen. He was one of the most brilliant and famous warlords of the entire period. But the real ethical foundation of his incredibly powerful army, that actually came from someone else, someone who often stood in his shadow. That person was his younger brother, Takeda Nobushige. Even though their father actually wanted to make him the heir, Nobushige was fiercely loyal to his older brother Shingen. He became known for his incredible wisdom and integrity, and was widely considered the true pillar of the Takeda house. And Nobushige didn't just keep that wisdom to himself. He wrote it all down in a document for his family, a code of conduct called the Kakun. And this wasn't just a handful of tips, okay? It was a full-on guide to life with 99 different rules. And what's absolutely fascinating is how these precepts, written centuries ago for warriors, feel like they were tailor-made for us, right now, trying to navigate social media. So let's do it. Let's connect this 16th century document to our 21st century online world. We're going to use this ancient code to see if we can build a better, maybe more honorable, digital life. We're going to start with what you might call the rules of engagement, how a warrior was supposed to act and interact with other people. These are the rules about how you talk, how you behave in public, and, really importantly, how you deal with conflict. Okay, let's start with a really big one, Rule 93. It is so simple and so direct. Do not criticize others in public or gossip. In a world where a warrior's reputation was literally everything, talking badly about someone, especially where others could hear, was a huge deal. And the connection to our world is just immediate. Back then, this rule was all about keeping the clan unified. One nasty comment could spiral into a deadly feud. And today? Well, this is a direct shot at public shaming, at call-out culture, at subtweeting, all the things that tear apart online communities and just create endless drama. All right, next up, Rule 5. It's even simpler. Do not tell lies. For a samurai, your word was everything. It was your bond. Honor was the most important thing, and a lie could destroy your personal reputation, and even worse, it could lead to terrible military decisions based on bad intel. The parallel today is almost painfully obvious, isn't it? The samurai's absolute commitment to truth is a masterclass in how to combat the spread of fake news and misinformation. Nobushige is basically telling us hundreds of years in advance, check your sources, don't share stuff you know is false, and value what's true over what gets you clicks. Now this one might be my favorite. Rule 55 says, do not argue with people over every little trivial thing. A warrior had to know which battles were actually worth fighting. Wasting your time and energy on some pointless squabble was a distraction from what really mattered, which was the survival of the clan. Sound familiar? This is pretty much the ultimate guide to avoiding pointless comment wars online. I mean, how much time and energy do we all waste arguing with strangers about things that, in the grand scheme of things, just don't matter? Nobushige's advice is timeless. Save your energy. Pick your battles. But Nobushige wasn't just worried about outward actions. He was just as focused on a warrior's inner mindset. So this next set of rules is all about the internal stuff.
humility, the importance of community, and the need for self-reflection.
This is such a powerful one. Rule 60 says, when you have made a mistake, do not deny it and argue. To err and not reform is a true error. I mean, what a lesson in accountability. For a samurai, admitting a mistake wasn't weak. It was a sign of incredible strength and a real commitment to getting better.
This rule is so critical for our online lives. Just think about how often you see people doubling down on a terrible take, or maybe just quietly deleting a post and hoping nobody saw it. Nobody Gives Code demands the exact opposite. Own your mistakes, give a real apology, and actually learn from it. Now that's real strength.
And Rule 91, wow, this one just strikes right at the heart of so much of modern online life. Do not form factions or cliques. Be fair and friendly with a wide range of people. In a clan that was constantly worried about being torn apart from the inside, forming little exclusive groups was like poison. Unity and broad alliances were the only way to survive.
Today, we don't call them factions. We call them echo chambers or filter bubbles. And this rule is a direct order to break out of them. It's telling us to actually engage with a whole range of perspectives, to be fair even to people we disagree with, and to fight against that constant pull of online tribalism.
So, what's the big takeaway from all this? How can we take this ancient wisdom from a warrior and turn it into something practical for our lives today? Well, it really seems to come down to 3 key ideas. First, act with deliberation. Just think before you post, don't just react. Second, speak with sincerity. That means no lies, no gossip, no misinformation. And third, engage with respect. Don't get sucked into pointless fights and try to avoid falling into those divisive online cliques. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. The battlefields of the Takeda clan were all mud and steel. Ours are made of pixels and data. The world has changed completely. But looking at these rules, you really have to ask yourself, have the fundamental rules of honorable conduct changed at all?